Hello, people who cannot sit at home. Thank you so much for joining me. So, before I go fully into my story today, I wanted to show you kind of where I got this, where I even found this location from. So, it turns out there is a kind of like a map that is the printed version, and there's a website. There's actually two websites. I'm going to link both of them down below that are all about rural gardens of Ontario, and they are so interesting. Most of them are in the Grey Country, which means if you're in Toronto, it will take you about 2.5 to 3 hours to get there. But trust me, it's worth it. And this specific location that this video is about is called Morland Place. Now let me just read a little bit about this location that I found on the internet. So it says that it was built by McCollum family in 1920, and it was originally a small country cottage style home, and the expansion at the rear, and I'm going to show you later on the rear, which is gorgeous, was modeled after the 1870s Regency Georgian villa style. The gardens started in 1960s, so they're fairly recent and were influenced by the European architectural style, containing concrete statues, benches. There's the perennial garden, there's a maze, and then there's a tree park. So as you can see, I'm already kind of going and showing you all of the elements that I saw on my walk through. I don't think there is really a specific way that you need to go around this location. It took us about an hour to walk through everything, and I'm pretty sure we walked everything, but it's just so much. The path is pretty kind of, there's like one main path that you just kind of go. It's all very, very green. At certain points, it almost feels overgrown, but I also kind of talked to the owner. His name is Barry, and he's very lovely, and you're for sure welcome to talk to him if you see him in the area. And he's the only one actually that's maintaining this whole property, which is insane in my opinion, because it is a very, very large property. So it is really well maintained for one person. I absolutely loved walking around. We saw a bunch of people doing photo shoots. We saw lots of kind of statues that are kind of European-esque. These kind of really beautiful quartz. I'm not really sure what the function of this. If anybody knows, please comment below. To be honest, I wanted more information. I wanted to find out more information about this property, but I actually couldn't. So if anybody has any links, please send it down below as well. This kind of pathway is just so beautiful. There's a bit of the flowers. I'm guessing there are usually more flowers during earlier summer months. Right now this is middle of September, so not as many flowers. There was this also kind of back house that was kind of interesting to look at. It's pretty kind of vintagey looking. But kind of cool nonetheless. The whole property it's almost like hauntingly beautiful. There's an element of a little bit of kind of like being afraid of it because it's just so large. We saw a couple of wedding photo shoots also in this location. And here is, I believe this is the back kind of construction at the end of the house, which looks very different from the front of the house. And over here, me posing. The look of this specific kind of view, I think, is just so beautiful and European. And I just absolutely enjoyed walking around it and seeing the elements and just like even the beautiful doorknob over there. So cool. Now, I did find Barry, and he was very kind to let us in. It's not part of the tour, so you do need to find him and ask him if he's on the property. Please be respectful. He was very nice to let us in, so I shot some of the things inside. Lots of vintage elements that are very gorgeous, and I wish I knew more about vintage, because I'm sure there are things in here that are just All I can say is that I love the visual elements of it, like even the ceiling over there, the intricacies of how it was done is definitely not something that is currently being done that I know of, so it was definitely a treat to see. The staircase is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like the building is only about 3 floors tall, but it felt like the staircase just goes on and on. And yeah, it's one of those circular staircases that I don't even think I've seen in Canada. So this concludes my quick visit to Morland Place. Definitely visit them and let me know how it goes. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous property that is very unique. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please, of course, subscribe, like, and share to my channel if you would like to see more episodes such as these. Thank you. Bye.